the general conversation we were having was about Bhairav.
Right.
The more general conversation we were having was about Tantra and the rise of deities. In the last episode, we compared the earthly realm to a playground. We said that every human is a child on the playground. Certain children, like Rajarshi Nandy, know more than the other children and are able to give them chits which teach them about the deities, which are the highest beings which are also present in the same playground. In the last conversation, we spoke about slightly lower beings and slightly higher beings and how they can also incarnate within this playground.
Right.
But we didn't speak enough about the deities.
Right.
My question to you is simple. We spoke about how post the there's been a rise of Bhairav energy.
Yes.
All over India.
Absolutely.
I remember we also spoke about how it's been dormant for a very long time in modern Indian history. Bhairav worship has reduced in our country. And at the end of the day, the deities are so powerful that they themselves decide when they'll come to the forefront and interact with human life and affect human life.
Yes.
And all of us feel a rise in Bhairav energy in the world generally. I will let you begin this conversation wherever you like. Do you want to begin in 2020, 2021? Or would you actually like to begin at the point where Bhairav decided to be dormant for some time in human culture?
So, you are right about that. I also specifically feel that there has been many centuries where the energy of Bhairava, Bhagwan Bhairava, has been more on the sidelines. Okay, so according to the sampradaya upasanas that used to happen, so Bhairava was not the Mula Devata. He was always the Kshetrapala or somebody, or the guardian at the outside, things like that. And a lot of the worship happened in villages and rural settings where you will find just a stamba of Bhairava and some local practices which may or may not have a support from the scriptures, somebody doing it, etc. Now, there is definitely an upsurge in the consciousness of people and the energy of the play that Bhairava wants to do here. It's like he is more keen to interact. Let's put it this way.
What does that mean, more keen to interact?
More keen to interact means that when a deity is more keen, you will see that suddenly a lot of people are worshipping that deity. Suddenly there are many things happening due to worship of that deity, etc. Suddenly there is everybody speaking about deity. Okay, that means that these things do not govern. If you are a spiritual minded individual, these things are not orchestrated by any individual A, B, C. No. People can be a nimitta, which means that an instrument of the deity, but the deity decides when, how, where, in what format, in what condition he wants an awakening of his consciousness among people. And that definitely has happened with respect to Bhagwan Bhairav. And what I have seen specifically, when I first came for this podcast, I've mentioned that before also. So I was not sure, in fact, whether I should come or not, etc. And I had a clear intuitive guidance that I have to appear. And then I checked and saw that the first date that was told to me was Bhairav Jayanti. And I took that as a positive sign and I came along. I had no clue what to speak of, nothing, no idea, no preparation as always. And then I just gave the interview, went back. I had no expectation what is going to happen out of this. No. What actually happened, I mean, various things happened, but the key thing for me, what happened after that. So before that also, I used to do Bhairava Upasana. I used to conduct retreats and guide a small group of people into different sadhanas, Bhairav sadhana primarily, along with other Devi sadhanas. So we used to collectively do certain practices on the Ashtami Tithis. Ashtami is a Tithi that is very important for Bhairava Baba. It was on an Ashtami in Krishna Paksha that Bhairava avatar manifested in this universe to show his play. So we used to collectively sit down, do japa, simple Om Bhairavaya Nama japa, offer some prasad bhog to Bhairava, and at the end of it, keep it outside the house so that some animal or something can consume it. Okay, that's the simplest process. Nothing complicated. Just one diya and one mala. And you do few malas of the Bhairav mantra on Ashtami Tithis, every Ashtami. When we started, it was just a few thousand counts, not even 1,000. I mean, it's very less amount of people, very less counts that was happening. In a span of 1 year, From that till last Krishna Paksha Ashtami, the amount of people who organically gathered together to do Bhairava Japa, close to 51 lakh Japa of Bhairav Nama Mantra happened on one Ashtami, last Ashtami. This kind of exponential progression in 1 year is humanly not possible. I know 1-2 individuals who thought that, oh, this is so interesting, this is too easily doable, isme kya hai? So they also tried to propagate the names of few deities whom they like. Nothing wrong in that. So they tried to ask people and go, and they have some kind of, little level of influence. What happened is it didn't take off. They tried for months and months and months. I mean, at the end of the day, they could convince 10 people, 15 people, 20 people, wo bhi 2 mahina baad chhod diya, etc., etc. Because the deity's will is not there. Until the deity's will is there, you can try as much as you want, it is not going to happen. This thing that happened is entirely organic. I had not foreseen this. I'll be lying if I tell you that, oh, I knew that this is going to happen. No. I was doing what was organically coming to me. I was guiding my set of people. Then the thought came, that no, this Ashtami Tithi sadhana must be done at a larger scale. Whoever wants of his or her free will to join, let him join. There's no compulsion in these things. So we opened eventually a Telegram group. Anybody can join that group. Instructions are posted there. People post their photos also. Ki aaj humne ye sadhana kiya Bhava ka, etc. Photo of Bhairav Bhava, Bhog, how many malas they have done. And eventually getting 51 lakhs of Bhairava Japa on Ashtami Tithis. Along with that, then we started doing various kind of sevas on Ashtami in the name of Bhairava. Like there are multiple Veda Pathshalas where we do Annadanam. So we feed the brahmacharis and the people who are learning the Vedas on Ashtami. Before doing that, we take a Sankalpa. Sankalpa is basically...
promise?
Promise that we are doing it for the sake of Bhairava so that there is an upsurge of Dharma. It's not for an individual. It's not for me, you, or anybody. So that Dharma increases in the world.
What does that mean?
So we want an upsurge of Dharma to happen. Dharma is spiritual righteousness. To put it down in a very simple format. And also that which helps sustain. And that which, if it rises, it also ensures that everybody is in a more positive orientation and development.
In the world?
My focus is India at the moment. I don't know about the world much, and it doesn't play much role in my head. I am concerned about India, and I feel and I know for a fact that we are at the edge of a particular time when an upsurge of Hindu Dharma will happen. So when I say Dharma, I specifically includes also the worship of these deities. And not just Bhairava, by the way. All other deities, various practices, etc. Once these happen, it will also uplift the lives of people. It will protect the nation because somehow or the other, this is the root culture here. And it has always been there. That's a reality that cannot be denied. Now, my point is, apart from the Annadanams that we do in various places, there are pujas that happen in Kal Bhairav temple in Kashi, pujas that happen in the Vatuk Bhairav temple in Kashi, pujas that happen in the Mahakal Ujjain temple. There are Rudravishekams that happen of Shiva. There are Brahmin Bhojans are done specifically. Sab ke liye Sankalp is the same, that this is specifically done so that there's an awakening of Dharma that happens. And I feel entirely, if Bhairav Baba wills it, this 51 lakhs japa that is happening, this should eventually go up to crores, not just 1 crore. Ek time aana chahiye when a country with a population of over 1 billion should come when on the Ashtami Tithis there should be at least 7 to 8 crores of japa.
How far away from that?
I don't know. That's his will. I'm not judging ki we have to do it now, tomorrow, day after. No. I want to create something that will be so strong that will last for centuries. It is not dependent on human beings. It's not dependent on me. So it need not depend on Rajarshi Nandy. It's a process, a system that has to be set in place so that it goes on. And to create something that big, you cannot hurry. Take slow steps. And dhire, with the blessings of the deities, it will happen.